an absolute dropping on their map pick. The Axolotls will look to rebound. And look, John, the Axolotl is a hardy animal, able to live in some very bizarre conditions. So, maybe they'll be able to survive here in the Inferno. But, oh, it's not going to start well. Oh, my goodness!
What?
They've adapted. It's changed. It's turned on its head. This full yeet play down mid has gotten wild and weird, and now Tender with 2 HP is down for the count. So Freak flips it back over that round like a teeter-totter, up and down and up and down and up and down, and now all on to Consti. Bomb going down. There is kit retrievable en route towards the site. Consti will need that. So hopefully the comms have come through to dip his toes in towards Boiler and pick it up. He sees it. He sees it. He sees it. He's got it. There we go. That adds a little bit of time to this one. Headshots only from Consti, and they're going to chew him apart. Body shot down by many Glock bullets, and that's Mythic with the pistol round.
That was just both teams. No real strategy. Charge down mid and flex your muscles, and whoever's muscles are bigger are going to come out with the win. If you've seen Freak or Cooper, well, you know, at least physically those guys are going to take you down. But on the server as well, there are no slouches, and Freakazoid, of course, with the 3K, making sure that Mythic could get right back into that round and find their first tender. Is going to toss that flashbang and a couple on over. Here it is, a force buy for the Axolotls. It won't yield that much. Just pistols, 4 deagles, and the 5.7. Decent chunky utility, but Jumanji's already going to have to use 1 to defuse that smoke so his teammate can retreat should he choose to do so. But no, they go back into the fight. They really want to try and take this engagement first against Mythic towards Banana, or at least gain Banana control, which for all intents and purposes, they kind of have here. Polo needs to be careful. I have not seen that 5.7 skin in a while. Sorry, Mike, the foul play. That's an old one from the Breakout collection.
Is this is the one that Polo's holding?
Yes.
All right, so what's special about this skin?
It's just old. It's just been up for a while. Not many people use it anymore. It's from, like I mentioned, the Breakout case.
All right. John fanboying over his skin, completely distracted here.
I used it for a bit myself, so yeah. That's why. Sorry.
There you go.
Back to the match.
Nostalgia from John. Huge vulnerability for 2 of these players, though. They are coming flying in. There we go. Polo going to put that 5.7 to use. And whatever it is, he's making it sing. He's got 3. He's got 4. Polo, the 5.7 ace on deck here. Just 1 more needed. And it's all hate. He's even found some damage already. Already tagged him up. Can he close this? They got to give him the chance to win. They got to give him the chance to get the ace. Come on, Polo. Swing in. Take the alpha play. Hate's just trying to get rid of guns at this point. Prevent them from falling into enemy grips. Gonna spam it through. I do like the idea to minimize the rifles that they can retrieve, but can Polo find this ace? 1 more needed. He's got the line. He's got the swing. He's got the tap. He's out of play. Hate, what a snap to make sure he can't get it, but now he's flanked down. He knows it. He's down for the count. He's running out of time, and Tender will escort him out of the round.
Hey, look, skins equal wins, Mike. Skins equal wins. Nice shots there from Polo. He's got the classic, the 5.7 foul play to power him to a ridiculous 4K. Look, jokes aside, that was very impressively done. The first 2 in particular, I mean, insta headshots, and the 5.7 can do that up close and personal. So great recovery from the Axolotls in a round they forced into. They needed to find a win, and they absolutely did. Not to mention, they've got 3 free guns off the ground, an AK, a Galil, and a MAC-10. They only have to buy the A1S and the MP9. They're going to charge down Banana. Not sure if that's too wise. They do get 1 casualty here, but Polo strikes back to drop Aaron 4v4, and Mythic did force back into this round. So it's the force buy wars early on here between these 2 squads, and Elk could deal a blow here to them, and he does. Freakazoid's down for the count.
Elk somehow pulls that one off despite losing a whole lot of HP, and these pistols not finding their kill. So Elk may be limping down to just 1 hoof, if you will. But it is going to be Axolotls to take the 2-1. It's looking good for them. Just a nutty 5.7 play, and we've changed the whole trajectory of the early runnings of this game. Just going to be the Glocks in this one. Won't even need to break out the 5.7. The MP9 should suffice here for Polo and Jumanji to make some money, some moolah, some dough. Ray, me. Heavy util on Banana. They're not taking their chances with this one. They want the space. They want the grounds. And while no one from Mythic was around, Axolotls have now gained a lot of room to rumble. And Polo in particular will take massive advantage to get tucked into the corner.
I mean, this would be absolutely ridiculous if Mythic get into this round with only 2 P250s bought up, no utility, no body armor, and they got the MP9s to deal with up close in both Polo and Jumanji's hands. Jumanji's actually going to fall back towards Car here. Getting ready to throw that smoke, but yeah, good peek from Polo. Takes down Cooper. 5v4 quickly. And as mentioned, this should very much be the Axolotls round.
Little top brackets control being expressed, but Freakazoid found in the apartments. There's really just not much for this, and this crossfire is good. The bomb is now found. And while Flom does actually get a kill, that will be all she wrote. 1 SMG down for the count, but that's fine. As far as the Axolotls are concerned, they can reinvest. They don't actually have to take 2 SMGs through into this next one. I'm curious if the op comes out. It does. Consi's got that big green. And so Axolotls are sitting very pretty to receive the first gun round attempt from Team Mythic.
Yeah, as mentioned, Inferno is a mixed bag for Mythic, and we're already seeing it here with the early lead coming up for the Axolotls. And now the nades are going to fly through. Didn't do as much damage as Mythic was probably hoping for, as Jumanji goes down to 70 and Consi at 82. Now Consi gets the opener, could get traded. No, Jumanji protects him with the MP9. Cooper is dropped, and this bonus round is looking fantastic for the Axolotls. It's going to be Hate, Flom, and Eric. In a 5v3, Jumanji and Consti are extremely vulnerable, so a B site hit might not be a bad idea, but Consti's already rotated off towards A, and you have Jumanji and Polo here at B. Mythic charging on forward, 108 on the clock, and they really just want to take the fight at this point because they're almost out of utility. Only 1 smoke left in Eric's hands, and looks like he's poised to use that on the site itself. Okay, pulls out the bomb a little preemptively, but he jumps right into the smoke to plant it. They just want to get the plant money at this point, and Polo sacrifices Jumanji to get the last frags. Wow.
All right, there we go. Blood for the blood gods. The health on Consti and Polo, this actually could have turned into something. This wasn't too far off from turning into a real nail-biter of a post-plant, but with the bomb down at the very least, I think you have some capital moving forward. Not enough to really justify an investment, though they could just run the AK armors. They could. Should they? No. Will they? It's Mythic. They might.
I think they're going to do this conservatively.
Yeah, okay. Half-buys coming through. That's what you do like to see. Eric even having enough money to get a rifle out here. Freakazoid will go to the Hero AK because reasons.
It's the Hero AK match.
Let's see what he can do with it. They did it last time. They pulled off a Hero AK round, but it was off of the D shot, really.
Both teams. I think we've had 3, including this one, 3 Hero AK rounds.
They got it. Jermaine is burning. Jermaine is burning so very much. If only they had anything in terms of utility, he would be a dead man. As it is, though, the Axolotls have taken B. Banana, with not a lot actually shown. That's a nice play in, but they're not expecting Tender in the corner. Tender in the cubby. Tender with a really mistimed quick switch. Somehow, some way, they're alive. I don't know how they keep getting away with these rounds. They have no health on 2 players. Oh, and now it's starting to fall apart. Now it's back to the 2v2. The Sins are coming home to roost. All of these rounds where they played it fast and loose on the engagements, now potentially being punished. That bomb's going to go down. It's going to be a 2-on-2. Neither side as much in terms of utility. Maybe Jermaine can go shopping and the corpse is tucked here in the corner. He could certainly use that kit. And I think there might be a smoke down as well. He's got the smoke. But what are they going to try and do with it? They're going to try and pincer back in. Meet back up here. Meanwhile, Mythic have a prime opportunity. Back on the board. Freak ahead of the boxes. Takes the off angle. And that's going to be the win for Mythic. They get their second on the board. They get a gun round through. But, John, the Axolotls, they carry deep pockets.
They do. Yeah, they've got a really nice economy built up. All thanks to that eco round that went their way, right? So, alrighty. Axolotls. No fuss in terms of buying up here into this round. 4 A1Ss and the big green coming through. Consti going to be rocking that. And Consti, okay, that's Tender actually. Missing the Molotov. Just lands almost at his feet. A little bit further up, but it's not where he wanted it to be. Was aiming more for the ramp and decides to back off afterwards. There's no reason to hold it any further. And Consti tosses a smoke to guys off that position. Jumanji thinking about peeking this. Freak around the corner. Great flashbang thrown by Polo in support. And Jumanji gets the opener here.
He does indeed. D. Eric. Bring it back in. Whack, and he's got that. What a shot from Eric. Predicts the next potential player as well. Good read on their location. Constant's going to go for the peek now, but he went in late. Oh, and Eric had just looked away. So the op steals one, but they deal with the pit presence. That's huge. Really tough to fight this for Consti now. Gonna sit in the flames.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, he just completely immolates himself to catch a player who's no longer there. Axolotls, they like to make that play. It's very risky. High risk, high reward. This time, all risk, no reward. And with it, the Axolotls save. Despite still having 6k spare on tender, they don't fancy their chances at the retake. They're not going to contest, and that opens the door wide up for Mythic to start to build.
And that was 2 Molotovs stacked on top of each other, and one of them was at the latter end of diffusing, and that's when they're the most lethal. And, well, Consti goes down. I understand the decision, right? You try to go for the hero play, maybe drop the bomb, trying to get onto the site, but he already didn't have visibility, and that was that. Axolotls go for the save. 2-8-1 we brought over to the next round. Mythic have strung together 2 in a row. And I think even though the Axolotls have the lead, it is very precarious, like you were alluding to, Mike. They're playing fast and loose. Players taking a lot of damage in their engagements to win the fights. And I don't know if this is sustainable for the long term. I think Mythic has a good opportunity to strike back in this half.
It's just the way they're playing, right, for Axolotls. There's so many rounds where they've gotten away with a player with 2 HP, 6 HP. You know, just 1 bullet away from death. And as there's more utility, as there's more ability to punish, this could get worse. Freakazoid eats that nade early on, speaking of punishing with utility. So he's down to 67. But this time, Axolotls don't go for aggressive banana control, which is something they've done a lot. They don't want it. So we'll be conceded. Mythic will take the space. Utility in, but 3 players still sitting for the Axolotl. This is unusual. You don't often see players or teams run 3 players here unless they're going for that aggressive aggro play. They're not going to do it here. Consti wants the first shot. Jermaine's going to play off of him, and then they got an insurance policy in Polo, but Jermaine goes aggressive in. He's down for the count. Whoa! Ragdoll does a backflip. Unsuccessfully, and that's why it's a Ragdoll. But meanwhile, they're funneling in towards A. And Consti's trying to go for this rotate. He's a little bit late to it, though, and he might get sectioned out by smoke. So it's the 2 players in sight and pit that need to hold on. Oh, there's the sight player. Tender gets 1. Had to double take for it, but now he's stuck in the corner. There's just no escape. Consti might just backpedal here. The AWP is valuable, and the money has run out for the Axolotls. The bomb is down, though. Polo in position, wants to go for this, wants to make the approach. They've got no more utility. It's going to come down to the guns. And that flashbang slows it up. Might make Consti think twice. This one close, but he's been spotted broadside. He's down to 8. He's backing away, and he will not be allowed to escape. So now Consti is attempting to withdraw, and what a shot from Cooper to put him in the dust.
Oof. I think Consti could have just walked away from that fight and saved the AWP instead. He re-peeks it, and, well, the result is quite clear. A headshot, and he falls. Match going to be paused. Likely a timeout call by the Axolotls to talk things over because they did have a 4-1 lead. It has evaporated, and Mythic have tied things up at 4-4. And honestly, Tender, the double take there, he was convinced he had that frag. He was already moving away trying to find another target. But if he gets that opening frag the first time he actually goes for the spray down, then he can maybe assist his pit player, and they wouldn't have lost the site so easily. But he gets the frag a little too late, then he's isolated, and Mythic surround him, and make no mistake of it, hate actually getting a 2K on that entry. So, Mythic, the big guns are out again. Axolotl is going to have to come through here with a pistol buy-up. Jumanji with a lot of money, but he wants to save that forward into the next round. So it's going to be a light buy for the Axolotls. You got a Deagle, a 5.7, actually 3 5.7s in the Deagle. And the utility they did bring into the round has already been used. They're just trying to slow the early play from Mythic and prevent a rush from coming through here, Mike. Which they have succeeded in, at the very least.
Yeah. That's always kind of like this bedroom peak. A bit hit or miss, but with the Deeg, you kind of have to stick to your guns. But this time it is a big miss. Here comes the setup. Here's the 5.7. We know it's potent. Polo strikes. Find one. very deadly right now. They molly into it, and this is going to be a great clear from Mythic. Not wanting to mess about with that one, not wanting to take the fight. They're going to make sure they're comfortable on the clear, and with that, it will be clean for Mythic all the way through. They respected the threat of the pistols in that one, right? They did not want to fumble the bag here, and instead they pull straight into the lead.
Yeah, Eric can hate doing a chest bump there. I love it. I love the celebrations from Mythic. It's fun to watch. 5-4, though. They've taken the lead here for the first time on Inferno. As the excuse me, not the first time, because they did win the pistol round, right?
Yeah, they did. And then
So-
immediately things went out of whack. But a recovery here. 5 rounds found, right? It's
Yes,
starting to
absolutely.
look better. Starting to look more comfortable. Money on the ropes for the Axolotls have forced them into a lot of save situations. You just need one more. One more good round, and this turns into a bounty of a half for Mythic. And it is interesting that the Axolotls have just completely strayed away from this aggressive banana control now that they're playing heavy utility. That's a good 1-for-1, and that actually works out beautifully for Mythic as Eric just kills everybody on the other side of the map. Why not? Okay, that'll work for you. Tender backing off has conceded A. They have a free and clear path towards a bomb site. He tried to guess where they'd head, and he gets wrong. Whoa, the flank out banana. The flank out banana. They're not expecting it. Jermaine just push this, but he's been heard. Freakazoid hears him.
Yeah,
he made so much noise doing this, and he should be dead to rights, and indeed he is. All on to Tender. A man in a library alone. What can Tender do?
He can grab a book and read it.
Or save. Should probably just save.
Yeah, with the book.
Yeah, you could check out. I recently just got a new library card in my current city. Didn't realize that there was one close by. Very excited to check it out. It's been a minute since I've patronized a local library.
Always good to grab a book and relax.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no. Oh, no. Timing? Works out. Tender gets that one. At the very least, can keep his gun alive. That gives them something into this next round. And actually, their money's in kind of a funny place, right? They've got just enough that I could see them potentially justifying the purchase around this. Don't think it'd be a great idea. But some upgraded pistols and the one rifle to work with, it's not the worst.
Yeah, they're just going to upgrade pistols. That's all they're going to do. They've been very conservative. I think maybe too much at times against Mythic, but anyway, we'll see how this one turns out. They do have the A1S, like you mentioned, saved over from the previous round. And you talked about it already. Axolotls really falling back and playing the standard defense of Inferno, not throwing much aggression into it, which I figured they would do, but I thought they might try to bring the fight to Mythic a little more often. Here they got a nice setup towards bracket, but it gets dismantled. Eric, Freakazoid, and Eric again going to drop pretty much everyone. Even Cooper gets in on the action. Tender found one frag in the mix, but that's it. Oh, Blom's being cheeky in that smoke. Polo eventually spots him out, and Polo could win this fight and enter himself to an A1S, but no, Flom recovers and finds it. So, Mythic are up to 7.
7 rounds. 7 rounds. It's kind of the magic number here on Inferno. It's a pretty good T-side already. Obviously, the money on the ropes for the Axolotls has been this entire time. They're in that awkward spot as a CT side where you really need to win one round healthy at some point to have any sort of bank to build. And Inferno's just such a punishing map if you can't consistently get the util out. They've got it in this round, and they're going back to the aggressive banana play. I like this, but they're going to encounter resistance, and they know it, and Polo's down for the count. And Freak's going in to clear the last. He's not going to get that. Maybe a bit of an overextend. Jermaine being chased by the nades. He's got to get out of there. He's not got the health to spare. Consti is low now as well. Oh, my goodness. And look at Eric. He slipped into spawn. They're calling that this could happen. Tender's going in to try and clear it, but I don't know if he's going to have the timing on it. And no, he will not. Down for the count. Now a world of hurt for Jermaine. He's got no health, and he's surrounded. But using the tree leaves, he'll at least distract for a moment. Still not going to do a lot to secure them the round. Do the Axolotls want to contest this? This is such a tough spot,
Needs to be a save.
Yeah. They've got so much value between the util and the guns.
Yeah, you can't throw this stuff away, especially when you're sitting at $0 on both surviving players. They need this, and Axolotls realized that there was a thought in their mind, like, oh, wait, we can maybe try for this 2v3, but no. Constantly being down 24 HP, and like you said, so much value to bring over to the next round. Just fall back and save it.
John,
a little bit of a... Yes, go ahead,
The
Mike.
scoreline was 4-1.
Yeah, it was.
6 rounds, 7 rounds now in a row for Mythic. Ah, it's brutal. Brutal for the Axolotls.
The thing is, Mythic need their riflers to kind of stand on their heads, or not necessarily stand on their heads, but lead the charge right now. And that's exactly what Hate, Freak, and Eric are doing, where the oppers on T side don't necessarily have much opping to do on T side. A lot of teams go for the rifles across the board, and that's pretty much what Mythic have been doing. So those two will become much more of a factor once they go onto their CT side. But right now, Hate's been great. Freak with the entries again, and Eric himself has also opened up so much space. So it's great to see from Mythic. They've been the ones leading the charge on this 7-0 run. And another timeout going to be called here for the Axolotls to try and find an answer, because as I was mentioning, they went for that aggression towards Banana like we were kind of hoping they would, but it was being watched for by Mythic, and Freak gets the opener. Even though a trade comes through, it's again the Axolotls just hanging around a little too long, taking a little too much damage. And then once you fall back, I mean, yes, you survive, but you've got 2 players on notice, and that's just not enough to win the round.
Certainly not. Time going to expire here. What's the change of pitch from the Axolotls? Last round, they tried to go back to Banana aggression, and it was Banana destroyed. Smashed Banana. Hammer down on that thing.
Okay.
Nades in, and they back. Nades don't find a whole lot, but a little bit of utility, and this is a little bit more of a default. This is a very standard look that a lot of teams run. Very vanilla. Let's see if maybe sometimes vanilla is just the flavor that you need. But look at this. Oh my goodness, Flom. Flom is already out. Flom is already into the pool. He's just walked out here.
No idea.
Not detecting utility from the other side. They haven't seen him. Now the smoke's coming in. They got to know that somebody could be here. They're just going to leave him. What are they doing?
I don't know.
It's very unusual once you have this forward positioning to not see teams take advantage of it. But Polo getting that kill on Coffins, how do they actually take advantage of the Flom? He's so far out. They know. The Molly comes in and they punish it. Ah, Mythic had this huge opportunity and they did not capitalize. And now the Axolotls have a great chance to see this round through.
Yeah, I don't know why Flom stalled out for so long. He even had the smoke next to Coffins to work with, right? And round's not over. He's going to get the frag here onto Jumanji, and they could at least get a bomb plant out of this, perhaps even more than that. But just to break that down a little bit more, Flom could have jumped through the smoke, gone towards Coffins. Polo might not have expected him to be there and could have had himself a frag over the bomb site by himself, but it doesn't come through at all. He just stalls out completely, and now Elk and Polo finish things up. Yeah, Mike.
To be fair, I think less of that blame is on Flom in his position. You need your teammates to start to group up with you, right?
Yes,
the
agree.
idea is once you've got that pool position, it limits the new box player. The new box player can't swing left, right? Even if they know you're there. So you just have one player, I think it was Freak, who kind of stalled out looking at Coffins. But if they group up, if they move in mass and start to move towards site, that pool position is so very dangerous. If you start to dump util in towards the backside, in towards Coffins as well, there was something there. There was a magical moment from Mythic, but it was missed, and the Axolotls are thinking they're lucky stars that it was, because now they've got a 5th at the very least.
Yeah, I mean, once you reach a certain point where you're stalled out and you realize no one's coming through, I would have rather Flom made an individual decision. And I'm not pinning the blame on him entirely, and I hope that wasn't what it sounded like when I was talking about it. But yeah, it just would have been great to see him.
JRT, noted Flom hater.
No,
it's been seen. It's been reported.
Totally, yes.
Eric with 1, Eric with 2. Nice entries going in here. Tender wants to bring it back in whack, but Cooper has got his nut.
Oh.
What? Okay, Tender. All right. Check HLTV. Tender, what a hold from this man. 3 huge kills. Just the lineup through the smoke. Knows his angles, man. Knows his angles. Snaps back around for the balcony player. Now it's Freak and Flom, the 2 F-bombs. Gonna have to try and bomb their way on in towards the site. See if they can do it. The rap's coming on. Tender did concede this, but Flom, the player with the bomb, is going looking in pit. And that... I think he's going to regret that. Oh, my goodness, Tender. What a moment for the aim to fail. What a moment for the aim to fail after the rest of what we've seen. This is catastrophic. It's all on Apollo now. A 1v2. He knows he's got both players sectioned towards the site, but he still has to fight them. Freaking Flom going to play off the shot there. Flom in the corner will get the frag. And that's going to be the round as well. Okay, that one got wild, John.
Oh, it really did. And honestly, Oh my goodness, Tender. After looking so incredibly good for the first 3 frags, he just completely whiffs onto Flom. It would have been great to see him find the 4K and then likely the round after that, but the nerves got to him, I suppose, and just nothing doing. Team Mythic take a 9th round, and we head into the 15th and final round of play of this first half. Flom is going to get naded down to 62, but the favor is returned towards Polo, but actually Flom is going to get sprayed down at the end. A danger, Manji finds Freak. Finally, the Axolotls win this banana duel, and they have the 2-man edge. Mythic aren't able to get a quick response onto the A site either, so now the Axolotls can cement themselves with this advantage.
Elk. Key point here. If he goes down, Consi could be under major threat. He needs him in this duel, but he should have position to do so. Oh my goodness. That also works, I suppose. Fall back down, give enough time for Consi to snap around for the shot. That's okay. And it will work indeed. It's all under hate now. In a 1v5. One for the record books. First one found. First one found. Second, not to be. 6-9 is the scoreline as we hit the half. A 3-round gap. Though theoretically, Mythic did it on the less favored side. Can the Axolotls recover here on this T side, or are they going to see this series go into that good night? Because they need the dub here to send us to a third, John.
I really don't think that was enough rounds for the Axolotls on CT side. They needed more than that, and it's going to be a very tough task to go up against Mythic on their CT side. As mentioned, both Cooper and Flom are walls when it comes to Big Green, right? Oh, what's up?
Flom's on a journey.
Oh,
Flom's on a trip. Flom's on a fantastic journey on out, and he's seen nobody. So is he going to call for the stack to move? Because right now, Hate is about to really hate his position. He's flashed full whited, flash after flash after flash. There's nothing he can do about this. And they're wrapping him. They're wrapping him. He's dead. Nicely done from the Axolotls. Identified the weak spot and just eliminated the one player. So now it's going to be a 4-on-5 retake. They need to win this banana fight if they're going to have a chance at it. And Flom's not looking in the right spot. Oh, he's down. 2 more hit the deck, and it's all falling apart. What a pistol round call from the Axolotls. Executed to perfection.
Yeah, oftentimes, wow, okay, not a single player goes down, and the most damage taken was the Tender at 79 HP, so yeah, very nice pistol round. And a lot of teams, you know, you find the space towards B, you're just going to charge the site and not really take much control towards construction, but the Axolotls instead send 3 players full-on committed to going through, clearing construction. No one was there, of course, but there was a player at Coffins who just completely blindsided. That was Hate, and after that, the Axolotls just shut the door. Nicely done to open things up here on their T side, but they will have to deal with the Mythic Forest Spy featuring 2 Swag 7s. Freak gonna have one and Flom the other. Are they both at B2? They are. So the shotguns are going to try and ruin the day of the Axolotls. You see Freak trying to bait some attention in his direction, but they really want that up close and personal fight. Freak already gives away that he's holding on to that shotgun. He even gets the rare knife animation there. Nice.
You're such a skin fiend, John.
I am.
Such an animation skin feed. I bought some skins, John. Be proud of me. But this round is too important first. That's a nice tag from Cooper. We'll talk about him in a second. Talk about him in just a little bit. Ooh. Cooper. Another tag on. This is getting so very vulnerable. They're so frail now as they approach the site, and they're running out of time. 40 seconds. That's a huge kill from Elf, but Cooper answers back, and the scout is deadly. Freakazoid finds one with the mag. They're backing off. These players are so low. It's only these 2 out towards Arch, and they have to brave the scout again. Cooper not connecting now. They're closing the gap, but closing the distance because they realize there's another player in here. There's another player in, and it's all on the Tender, and he's run out of time. He's run out of life. He knows he's flanked. He knows he's flanked, and Flom wants his last kill with a shotgun, and he might just get it. Indeed, he will. 2 Mag 7 kills coming through. Upgrades available, and complete disaster for the Axolotls.
Oh boy, that's work from Cooper though. Excellent shots coming through, especially in the early goings with the scout. Started to miss 3 shots in a row as he backed towards the site and said, you know what, this isn't working anymore. Pulls out the USP and hits an insta headshot. So after that, it's just Tender completely surrounded, and Flom racks up the cash. $900 added to his person with that shotgun frag from Library, and Mythic steal one back. What a shame for the Axolotls after an absolutely brilliant pistol round to lose the follow-up, and now they're on pistols of their own again. It's going to be 3 Tech 9s, 2 Deagles, full body armor for 3 players, but no utility, or at least not that much to help them. A flashbang and a smoke, and that's it. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. It's getting interesting. It's getting downright interesting. That's the only kit. Fun fact. So keep an eye on that. Cooper pairing these guns away just to make sure they don't fall into their hands. He's getting these out of here, and he wants his util as well. A refresh on the util. That's nicely found. Smoke's going to be on. It's a cheeky boost up here for the Axolotls. He didn't get the kit, though. But, again, shouldn't matter. It's just pistols. Shouldn't matter. But if you fight into them, he gives them chances. And Elks just dropped one. This time he gets the upgrade, and now it's pressure on for Cooper. The 2 players in pit have yet to respond. It's all on Cooper as they are condensing on towards this B site.
He's low.
He needs help. He needs help. He needs teammates. He spotted them. Now he's down for the count. Cooper tried to hold on for so long, but Mythic were slow to respond, slow to react. And now you have 3 guns for the Axolotls on the site. This was just pistols, John.
Yep.
And they're in prime position to see this through. A re-smoke up. Everyone's in the church, so that smoke's actually pretty timely. It's coming back through that flashbang dodge for now. That nade, Chunky. Not that. And they're still going to have to battle against everyone. And they don't have the kit. Reminder, they'll have to go top and end to get the kit. A mow down, but Hate doesn't have enough kill power for that one. The Axolotls pull it off. They snatch the Force Spy back from Mythic.
Just some nice pistol shots there coming through from the Axolotls, and then the wrap towards CT isolates the last remaining players from Mythic, right? I think it was Cooper, right, on the site by himself, and there was really nothing he could do once they started to charge on forward, and I don't know, that's very well played from the Axolotls. So it's been a bit of a seesaw here in the early goings. I thought the momentum would have been wrenched away by Mythic after winning their Force Buy, but not to be. The Axolotls come right back with their pistols and shut the door again on that B side. Cooper's got the scout though, and when he has it, he's always a dangerous foe to go up against. Polo finds that out, headshot it down, and I think he tagged Consti as well. So it's again Cooper doing work with the ADR. Oh my goodness, he could find himself another one on Tender.
Tender's gonna be close. No, ducks under it. Nicely done from Tender. So the scout out of play, that's one of the big threats actually in the round, despite the being the player with no armor, right? That's a nice find. And they've got the vision towards Banana, so they can comfortably stack 3 players towards this side of the map. Flom's being careful, but what a shot from Eric. There's another for Hate. The number's starting to drip away. This is getting dangerous. They deal with Eric. That's important, but look at the health. Look at the health. The pistols will be plenty. And Flom's just heard this player in the balcony. He knows where the one is. He was making no secret of it. He was making a ton of noise. Tap on the Tremaine is enough. There's the trade. But the bullets, they go high. Freak, so close. One more connecting would have done it somehow, some way. The Axolotls live. If 2 of those bullets hit, it's over. But he's just too high. He's just too high in the MP9 fire.
I don't know how he misses that. I don't know how he misses that. That is just Elk completely vulnerable, and first shots fired from Freak. I mean, he got 3 or 4 shots off. Only 1 connects out of the 3. That's all right. Even from that range, it should have been the MP9 winning the duel. Axolotls, they do manage to hang on there, but some very messy rounds from both sides coming through in the early goings of this second half. And what did I tell you? Mythic on Inferno always delivers some very interesting Counter-Strike, to say the least. Freak's going to buy up Swag 7s here, so it's the hero Swag 7. You don't see that every day, but that's what's going to come through here.
Almost never.
Yeah.
Only stream team things.
Yeah. Watch it work.
Does he get a kill? I mean, he needs 2 to justify his investment here. Oh, there's one. There's one. That's $900 made. He's already pretty much good for it. Oh, tons of damage. Tons of damage. There's another kill. There's another kill that comes through. Cooper finds one. We can't let this get out of whack. Hate's in the sewers. Tender's gone all the way back around. And it seems like they're just going to go in towards B, which is not a bad read because Flom's here. Hate could get a cheeky flank, though. He's got some bullets out. He will have been known, so Tender's going to go back to watch this. Maybe reveal his presence a bit too soon.
No way.
But that's just the USP. The rifle's been found. Flom is wrapped upon, and it's all okay. But my goodness, is it expensive?
I mean, no round is a sure thing here. That's
no.
That has been made clear by both sides. But the Axolotls, who only walked into this half with 6 rounds, have won 4 of the 5 played. So that's excellent news for them, especially after following the pistol round, right? So
sure.
Okay, Mythic's got the guns back, Mike. They got 4 A1Ss in the MP9, but they are facing off against AKs across the board. They could really use the big green, but just not enough capital to invest into it. Eric.
They could really use this economy stabilizing a little bit. They've got a bunch of utility, right? They opted to get more utilities opposed to going towards the AWP necessarily. Freak just loves this top banana fight, man. Just loves it. Can't stay away. Utility in from both sides. Gonna re-smoke in. We'll lock this down at least for the time being. He's waiting to see if they'll boost. They've done this before. I think they had pistols the last time they did this. But Freak's hoping someone will. Because his MP9, fittingly for that gun, is hungry. Ooh. Seems like the approach is going to be towards A. It's a pretty standard setup. 2 towards Arch. Eric already back into the pit. That might have been heard. Elk might have been close enough. The chicken's been seen. There's Eric with 1. He knows they've dropped down. He knows they've dropped down. He doesn't get more. Flom finds one. Cooper as well. So they are holding strong for the moment, but Hate is out of play. Still, it's these two players who have to cross back in, and Jermaine comes back for the fight and times Cooper out. Flom down. Flom finds the gap in the smoke, and it's all into Elk. A 1-2 required of him. He's out in the open. He's walking around. He just wants to fight. He just wants the frags, and he's got them.
Oh my goodness. Elk, just a ridiculously ballsy play. Like you said, into the open. Flom obviously didn't expect him to do that as he walks out, and just Elk is right there waiting for him with the AK bullets. Then he doesn't even go for cover. He immediately goes for the fight again towards lane and wins it as well. Just the element of surprise playing in the Axolotls' favor there. And they've got the lead just like that, 11-10 against Mythic, who are forced back onto an eco once more. Freak is going to have the Mag 7, Eric with the MP9, but everyone else is on to pistols. A little bit of utility to work with, but I do admire the plays coming through from the Axolotls. It's taking everything they have to get these round victories, but they're getting them. And just with individual plays that are phenomenal.
It's actually insane how many of these clutch type rounds they're bringing through, how many of these close moments they're bringing through. Even in the early days in that first half, right? We saw the same thing where they were getting through with such low players down. It's like the Axolotls, I'm trying to think if this is going to make sense. They're consistent in their play. They don't care about the situation, right? They don't care if it's a 1v2. They don't care if they're a man down. They go for it. They go for the play. They go for the fight. They go for the move at the big moment. And Mythic aren't quite prepared for it, it seems. Mythic also like to give a fight, sometimes in situations where they shouldn't necessarily.
Right.
We do see that a time or two, maybe a little impatient on some of the retakes. And that gives the opportunities through to the Axolotls, but they still have to capitalize.
No, that was just, and that one in particular was a great play from Elk. I mean, just able to pull that one off. And the fact of the matter is, Mythic read that. They had 4 players onto the A site when they hit, or almost 4 players onto the A site. I think Flom was rotating through library once Axolotls were coming through. But either way, Axolotls were at a disadvantage, and they still managed to pull that one out. So we'll see what Mythic is going to bring to bear here. Yes, Mike. Yeah.
Unfortunately, John. Unfortunately, we seem to be having a little meaty tech pause here. Consi's apparently dealing with some loss. Oh, and there's the disconnect. There's the disconnect. Hopefully we get a quick reconnect in, but I'm not seeing the live call just yet. So this one might take a little bit. I'm going to employ one of my favorite tricks in the toolkit here, John.
I like this one.
As we look at the disembodied shadow. Now, bear with me, chat. The trick here is that we send it to break, and then in sending it to break, we're going to fix the tech problem. Let's see if it works. Let's go ahead, and we'll be back after this, hopefully quick, break. And we're back in, folks. We're back in. Should be unpausing in just a flash, but figured I'd give you an update since I did tell people that I'd picked up some skins. They're not boutique skins. Don't worry. Cheapos. I go for the bargain bin skins. I'd mentioned it to you the other day, John, that I like the Rangine, the Mac 10 Rangine, the one with the eye and the Egyptian-inspired patterns. I went and got a Stat Track FAC new one. It's very shiny.
Fancy.
I like it a lot. Also picked up a P250 cassette. Nice, simple P250. Cheaper. And then I got a USP Torque because I haven't had a good USP skin ever. But then I also got a souvenir USP DD Pad. So that's replaced it. So I didn't need the Torque.
The DD Pad's nice. I actually bought one a little while ago, and then I ended up getting a whiteout. That was a really good wear, so I replaced it with that. So
the whiteout is great, especially for crafts.
Yes, it is.
Just two fly. So those are my new skins. Bargain bin, bottom of the barrel ones. The trick, folks, is to find a pattern that you actually like, that's not expensive, and then spend the 50 cents or $1 or whatever on it. And then you're great. That's Mike's guide to having nice skins.
The opposite of my guide, but yes.
Your guide is identify the most expensive pattern, the rarest float, the float that only one person in the world has, and acquire it and hoard it for yourself.
Not quite, but yes, float's important. I want 0.00 float, Mike. Come on. You gotta have some respect for yourself.
Eric, how are they doing this? How are they doing this? How is Flom pulled this off? 3 with the P250. It could be all over here. Out of bullets is Conti, and he's been run down.
Oh, no.
They should never have been in this round, but Flom pulls off a 4K with the P250.
That pause hurt the Axolotls so much. They had all the momentum, and then, oh boy, they walked into a P250 that was not to be stopped. Flom with the quad kill, and then they get the free upgrades. 3 AKs carried over. That'll give a great boost to their economy, and just like that, Mythic are right back into things here on Inferno. Flom posted up again towards Arch, where he found all that success with the P250. And a smoke's going to get tossed on forward by him as he backs off here. This nade could do a lot of damage, but I think it's too far. Yeah, Eric tossed that way too far down the hallway. They should still be able to deal with this, though, against the Pistons. Constantly takes down Eric with a couple of nice Glock shots, but Hate's got 3, Flom's got 1, and it's only Polo left with a Glock and a prayer.
Freak really wants to make this mag work. He is going to upgrade. But I just love the dedication from Freakazoid to the mag 7. He's loving it. Polo is done. Flom at 20 kills. Obviously, off a crazy 4K with the P250. He's got to be feeling good. He's got to be feeling the heat right now. Chat's going nuts for him, I'm sure. He's having a downright good time.
He decides his jam, Mike.
It certainly is. And we haven't even seen the op out yet. Really, we haven't seen much of the AWP at all on this map so far. Axolotls going to be coming in with a gun buy, but they don't have a lot. 3 Galils, limited utility. This isn't
nice
ideal. The boiler boost here is gonna get destroyed.
Ooh.
Deleted. Eric goes back in, but he's throwing good money after bad. Flom. Smoke. Oh my goodness. Flom is gonna walk this? No, he's just gonna wait. He's trying to wait for them to go past him. And it kind of has backfired because now there's a player in boiler, but he spots that barrel. He's got that kill. There's one in the pit. The bomb is down. When the moto smoke fades, this could get dangerous. HE into pit. Consti with a huge kill on Freak. And Flom didn't realize there was still a player in apps. He's past the smoke, though. He's past the smoke. Consti, is he going to read this? Is he going to predict this? Or is this going to turn into a save? It's a save.
Yeah. Better to keep the AKs in the situation. They do have the kit in Flom's hands. Maybe Flom peeks this to try and get a frag. I don't think they're going to get the round, though. Yeah, he will back off.
That's the correct call here. One more kill for Cooper. Parting gift, party favor. They know the economy is low for Axolotls. So we'll at least keep it somewhat trimmed. And obviously, the T side, if you're winning the round, you're kind of okay to be honest.
Yeah, they'll be able to get AKs across the board pretty easily here for the Axolotls. Might have to sacrifice a little bit of utility, but it won't be too bad at all. On the Mythic side, they keep the 2 AKs. They will likely get the op in play. Very much can afford it. And I don't know. Maybe they decide to just stick with the rifles, and they will stick with the rifles. They don't want the round to be too expensive should they lose this one, because then with the 7.8K on Flom and 4.6 on Cooper, they'll be able to reinvest in the following round. So it's not a bad call. 12 12 and 12 all tied up here. Axolotls get the opener. Freak gets the immediate trade, but not the follow-up. Polo flashbanged and all. Gets the frag regardless and makes this a very slim man advantage. I say slim because Polo is hanging on to life with 9 HP. And he will back off and get hit. That said, Flom waits and he takes down
That's a
Consti,
bomb.
who's just
That's
trying
a
to retrieve
bomb.
the bomb. Yes.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Players are low. They can't sustain a prolonged fight here, though, admittedly. Flom is just as low, if not more. He's going to try and play off of Hate's contact. They do have the bomb. That's all important there. I leave the player behind to defend it, but Eric wants to come into the fight. This is unusual. It might catch them off guard. He's got the timing. He's got the timing. He's got one. And he's realized where the last player is, and that's going to be it. What a play. Hate living with 1 HP. Eric below half. It comes right down to the margins, but that's been this game in a nutshell.
Yeah, honestly, that play from Flom is the key, right? Because the Axolotls are trying to get that bomb back from the ramp and bring it over to the A site. If they're successful in that venture, then they probably win the round. They get to the A site, have to deal with Eric, who's very good, and he showed it. But I think they would have had the manpower to deal with it and at that moment. But they lose the bomb. They have to go and try to retrieve it. And Flom with the opener here. Finally, the big green is out and all the utility flying down Banana. I'll get back to that point because it's a slaughter right now towards B. But Elk at least gets one onto Freak and upgrades to the A1S.
He's got something, and Flom is feeling it. No problem there. The health was low. He was very vulnerable, and the PG-50 was enough to see him through. So Mythic avoid the bomb plant going down. They keep 3 alive as well. They avert disaster in that one. And the Axolotls, despite doing such a good job of keeping this messy, keeping this close, might just be watching Mythic pull into a firm lead.
Yeah, I just want to finish my point, Mike, from that previous round. Yeah, basically, once you lose the bomb, it's always problematic, and that reset the Axolotls, forced them to go back into a fight they didn't want to go into, had to wait for the Molotov to dissipate, and that gave Mythic a chance to adapt and adjust into the round, and, well, they took it. Now they have a 2-round lead after a very quick one, and this player logs. Jumanji could get destroyed, but he doesn't. He does the destroying, takes down Freakazoid, and makes this one a 5v4, Mike.
Player in the bedroom. This is going to be awkward for Eric. Oh, the timing could actually work out beautifully for him. They have no idea. There's one. Immediately responds, though. No trigger discipline. He's not going to know there's one in the halls, but he still reacts in time. Eric, what a huge kill to find. Madcap reflexes on it. This could get awkward, though. Flom didn't realize how far forward they were, but now the op can chime in. It's all under Polo. A 1v3 required to keep him off of map point, and he's trying to deal with the op in front of him. He knows he needs to isolate this kill before his teammates get around, and he's been too late. Wasn't quick enough into it, and that's going to be Mythic onto map point. And again, no bomb plant. Again, nothing in the pocketbooks for the Axolotls. Again, the economy building for Mythic. They've now got 3 prime opportunities to close out this map.
Yeah, I mean, Eric opens that up, right, with that frag to at least even things out in a 4v4, but the follow-up, who would have expected him to have the reflexes like that to realize, well, first, he didn't know the player was there. Second, he immediately hits the headshot as soon as he comes around that corner. Well played for him to get the 2K, but Flom, critically, once he realizes that they're coming through, he bends the utility, manages to get the op shot, but then needs to survive so his teammates come around, because if he gets isolated, that means that there'll be a chance for the single player to come through with the fight. Instead, Flom lives and he leads to a round victory. That said, Elk's gonna come through, get 2, Cooper and Freak are down. That's B taken. The Axolotls are not gonna go down without a very tough fight.
This could turn into a save. It sounds insane, because there is money to spare on Mythic, particularly on Flom. But...
oh, almost the call out.
Couple kills come through. Never mind, the game is afoot, and Eric's been deleted. The game is less afoot. Speaking of foots, Polo's feet were just spotted, but Flom could connect that shot. That would have opened this round right back up. Now Flom is the only survivor. So perhaps that save should have been called. Either way, I'm going to be somewhat in question as to whether Flom can even save. They want to bring the pressure, they want to bring the pain, and they are going to do exactly that. Nicely done from Elk. Gets the AWP as well. A massive 4K from the man to keep them in it, to keep them fighting, to keep them battling here down the stretch.
Mike, these guys aren't giving me enough chance to break down the previous rounds.
No,
the pace
fast
of
hits,
play,
man.
yeah, the pace
Fast
of play
hits.
is horrid right now. And it worked out, right? Elk gets the 2K, immediately charging down Banana. Mythic don't expect that type of hit to come through.
John, I think we're getting another one.
We might be.
Util already set up. Players advancing in towards Banana. Oh, there might be a moment to breathe. The Util's gone down.
Yeah, just a great take of Banana there by the Axolotls, filled with confidence. They are not going to shy away from that fight, and now they've secured themselves a 13th. They need 2 more in a row to stay alive here and head to overtime, and it's going to be a pretty tall task here as the utility is coming up for the Banana fight, but Mythic's already managed to get towards Sandbags. Freak peeks out to get 1, and the second on Jumanji. That could be it for the Axolotls. They're going to continue trying to take this fight against Freak. It could be ill-advised. He's down to 22, finally dropped here. Cooper's still alive. The man advantage is in their hands for now as Cooper backs off towards B, but he will need reinforcements.
He's got him. He's got him in the form of hate. The absolute madness of Freakazoid to being down to like 10 points of health, just peek back in. Just
I know,
peek
right?
back in. Just always wants to fight. Just always wants to go into it. Utility exchange here, but Axolotl still got 2 smokes and a Molotov. That Molotov's now been spent, so they've got the 2 smokes and some flashes. That's going to be it. Smoke to isolate out the pit player. But here it comes. Here comes the hit. Cooper's tucked into the corner, but it's hate is the first contact, so they're going to be focused on the coffin present. They haven't seen Cooper yet. They don't know he's here, and now he's going to start to creep on out. And that's a freebie. That's the bomb drop. It's all under Consti. He hits the first, but he's blinded. Up and down he goes. Mythic take it in